Hello and welcome back to another video of Sakki Digest. So in this video we are going to install Home Assistant on Raspberry Pi 4 and then we will use this platform to control an LED and read the DHT11 sensor data that is connected to one of the GPIO pins of Raspberry Pi 4. So what is this Home Assistant and how it is different from other home automation platforms? So Home Assistant is an open source operating system for smart homes. It operates like IFTTT or Samsung SmartThings, except it's online, open source and completely local alternative to things like Homebridge and SmartThings. So this platform can be used to integrate all your smart things that you have in your house into one platform, and then you can control it from your Raspberry Pi 4 or your laptop or your old computer. So let's first install this Home Assistant operating system on Raspberry Pi 4, and then we will proceed with connecting an LED and DHT11 sensor to Raspberry Pi 4, and then we will use Home Assistant platform to read the DHT11 sensor data and control the LED. We are also going to automate the LED according to the timers. So whenever it's like a particular time, it will turn on and off the LED. And to install the Home Assistant operating system, you first have to install this image file from Home Assistant's website, and then you can use any image flasher software from Raspberry Pi 4 or even Balena Etcher to place the firmware to place the operating system onto the SD card of Raspberry Pi 4. So here I am going to use the Balena Etcher for installing the firmware. So first let me select the file that I am going to flash on SD card. So here I am selecting this ASUS RPI4 image file, and then the next step will be selecting the target, that is our micro SD card. So let me first plug in the SD card, and then it will be automatically detected by the this Balena Etcher software. So here that Balena Etcher software has detected our SD card, and now only thing remaining is clicking on this flash button, and it will take some time to flash the firmware on micro SD card, and once done we can proceed with other things like connecting our Home Assistant to Wi-Fi and then installing some add-ons so that we can use Home Assistant for changing the configuration file. So once the flashing process completes, the next step will be mounting the SD card on Raspberry Pi 4, connecting Ethernet cable to Pi and booting up the Raspberry Pi. So but if you want to connect this Home Assistant to Wi-Fi, then you have to once again mount your SD card to your laptop, and then you will have to create a config folder, and inside that config folder you have to create another folder called network, and within this network folder create a new file named my network, and then you have to enter your Wi-Fi credentials like Wi-Fi ID, Wi-Fi password and a country code, so that it can connect to your Wi-Fi network whenever the Raspberry Pi boots. So this complete process can be found at the link in the video description down below. So first follow the process and connect your Wi-Fi to connect your Raspberry Pi 4 to Wi-Fi. So now after doing that, insert the SD card into Raspberry Pi 4, power it up, and after approx 20 minutes you should be able to access your Home Assistant's UI. So this is the default UI, and here as you can see that it is currently showing my Raspberry Pi's power status and other status, and the weather forecast in my area. So the next step will be connecting the LED and DHT11 sensor and then controlling it using the Home Assistant. But before doing that, we have to first install some add-ons so that we can edit the configuration file and add our code to control the LED and DHT11 sensor. So to install the add-ons, you first have to move to this supervisor tab, and from here go to this add-on store, and here you have to install this file editor add-on. So here you can see that I already installed this file editor, and it's currently running on my Home Assistant, And you can also enable the show sidebar option so that you can easily access this whenever you want. Now as this add-on is installed, the next step will be connecting the LED and DHT11 sensor to Raspberry Pi's GPIO and changing the configuration file. So Home Assistant allows us to integrate many popular platforms like ESP32, ESP Home, Tasmota, Google Assistant. But these all will be covered in our future projects, and here we are only going to control an LED and read the DHT11 sensor data. Now to control the LED and read the DHT11 sensor data, first thing that we need to do is make some changes in the configuration.yml file. That is here. So this is the configuration.yml file, and as you can see that I have already added a code for an LED, controlling LED and reading the DHT11 sensor data. So to control an LED, first you have to move to this integrations page here, that is homeassistant.io and integration, and from here first search for Raspberry Pi GPIO. That is here. Scroll down and copy the code for switch. So here this code is for controlling two LEDs that are connecting to Raspberry Pi GPIO 11 and 12, and but we will use this code for controlling only one LED. Now on the Home Assistant side, go to this file editor tab. From here click on this file icon and then click on the configuration.yml and then paste your code. The next step will be adding the DHT11 sensor data, DHT11 sensor. So we will follow the same procedure. So copy this configuration code for DHT11 sensor and paste it on the configuration file. So once it's done, save the file by clicking on this save button. So every time after making a change to any of the files, first you have to check the configuration and then restart the Home Assistant. To check the configuration, go to this configuration tab and from here scroll down and select this general tab. Now go to server controls and then click on this check configuration. So as you can see, my configuration is valid. Now the next step will be restarting the Home Assistant so it can apply all the changes that we have made. So by default your entities that you created earlier should be visible here, but as I have enabled the edit mode, so I have to add them manually. So to add these entities, first click on this edit dashboard button and here click on this add card button, and now you can enter anything you want. So as you can see here, we can add a button or an gauze or anything that you want. So here first we will add a button to control our LED. So everything here is already selected, just click on the save button and a button for controlling LED is added. So now next step, we are going to add two entities to display our temperature and humidity data. For that, click on this entities icon and select for the entities that are DHT sensor humidity. First remove these two and then select temperature and humidity entities and click on save button. So now our both the entities that are one for controlling LED and other for displaying temperature and humidity data are added on our dashboard. And so next step, first we will connect the DHT11 sensor data, DHT11 sensor and LED to Raspberry Pi GPIO and then control it using this button. So here I have connected one LED and DHT11 sensor to Raspberry Pi GPIO. So positive pin of LED is connected to GPIO 11 and data pin of DHT11 sensor is connected to GPIO 23. So let's get ahead and control the LED from Home Assistant. And the DHT11 sensor data is also displayed on our Home Assistant unit. So according to sensor, temperature is 30 degrees Celsius and humidity is 51%. So this is how you can add LED and DHT11 sensor data to DHT11 sensor to Home Assistant. So now in next step we are going to automate our LED according to the time. So to automate LED, click on this configuration tab and then click here on automation tab. So as you can see here, I've already created one automation and it is currently running. So let me show you how this works. So the name of my automation is LED automation and mode is single. You can even change it to restart or other settings that you want. So in this automation section there are three main parts. That the first one is trigger, second one is condition, and third one is action. So trigger is when you start processing the automation. It contains the rules or timing or any other things that you want to automate. So here trigger types are tag, template, time pattern, webhook or zone. So here we will select time, and here we have added 4:53. So it will turn on the LED whenever the time is 4:53. Conditions, we are not using any condition, you can use according to yours. And action is what it will do whenever that automation is triggered. So here we want to turn on our LED whenever the time is 4:53. So our action time is will be calling the service, and service will be switching the LED. So here I added both the action type and service. And then in the next section is the target, where you can add your LED, or even you can add DHT11 sensor data if you want to automate things using based on temperature. And after making the changes, you can click on the save button, and your LED will be turned on or off automatically according to your automation. So this is how you can use Home Assistant to automate things and add control things. So this was a basic introduction video. In our next tutorials we are going to add more things like ESP Home or Testmota to Google to Home Assistant, and then we will control these things using this. So a complete step-by-step guide for building this project is given at the link in the video description. Thanks for watching the video.